And they are off. It is the final of the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup. We have Shiplake College on your left, firing out of the start, versus Radley College on your right. That was fast and furious, Fergus.
It was fast and furious, and a roar that was only bettered by the noise that greeted these crews as they came out of the boat tents about an hour or so ago. A roar that was sensational from both the Shiplake fans and from the Radley staff fans. Both of these crews have just exploded out of the blocks, and it does look like it is just Shiplake College who have the narrow advantage over Radley in the opening stages of this race.
There is so much at stake for both of these crews and clubs. There are hopes and dreams that these 9 men are carrying for so many others outside the boat, but it is only these 9 men in each crew who can make magic happen. They had exactly the same time to Fawley yesterday. They were within a second of each other at the first marker of the barrier. This is going to be tight, and it is looking tight out of the start.
It certainly is. You know, Shiplake were so surgical in their demolition of St Paul's yesterday. Radley College had to go through a boxing match against Hampton School in order to progress through to the final, and it looks like that's exactly what we're going to have all over again for Radley College. They'll have that experience from yesterday where they overcame Hampton School, but here they are up against the national champions, Shiplake College, who have just been gathering momentum over the past few seasons, getting ready to, hopefully for them, lift the greatest prize of them all, the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup.
This is going to test the physiology of every one of these rowers, but it is also going to test their psychology, and they will want to get an early start. And we can say Shiplake are just trying to edge out. They have never won this event, and it's been part of a long-term program, I think about 10 years or more, the North Star program that Dave Curry has had to get to a point where they will be contenders to win the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup. But they are facing fierce competition from Radley. They last won it in 1998. Before that, they won it in 1952 and 1962. So this is an opportunity to make history in the 21st century for Radley, who are coached by Patrick Duggan, who is here for his first year, and what an impact he's had.
Oh, certainly. He's moved over from KCS Wimbledon and immediately taking Radley back to another final of the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup. You know, they're recent finalists. They've been in a few in recent years, but never quite able to convert that into silverware. So perhaps this is the year. But you know, Radley, they were second at the National Schools Regatta, over 6 seconds back on Shiplake College. So they've got a lot of work to do, and they've got a lot of work to do in this race as Shiplake College move up to half a length, maybe more, in the opening stages of this race.
Radley have that record of being the people who have lost a final the most times in this event. That's not a good record. They want to change that. At the moment, it's not going so well for them. It is Shiplake who have taken all of the momentum, snatched it, grabbed it, leapt out ahead, and they're on the right of the crew in those stripy blades. They calmly process through that race plan. The calls coming from Guy Bidgager in that Shiplake, in the Ben Loggy in the Shiplake College crew. And let's just think, who are we seeing there? The back of Oliver Nash at bow. In front of him, Edward Gaylor, then William Harper, Finlay Rees-Jones, Luca Hunt-Davis, son of fellow steward and Olympic champion Ben Hunt-Davis, Henry Day Clark, Joshua Barnes and Isaac Dean. And there is so much talent in this crew, so much aspiration to go on beyond this event and row for Great Britain. Some of them have already rowed for Great Britain at junior levels, under 19 levels, but right now they have half of the Henley course left to make history, and they've almost broken contact.
This is a decisive part of the race for Shiplake. If they can just step on and really stamp on Radley College at the moment, that'll be almost game over for Radley to try and get themselves back into contention. A length, as we know, in an 8-cat, it's so much ground to make up, but Radley, they've still got contact. The bows are probably still about in line with where the cox is at the moment, and that's a really important psychological marker for Radley College at the moment, because they could still overhaul Shiplake. There's still plenty of course left for them to do that.
So it's critical for Shiplake, but it's critical for Radley. They need to do something now to get back on terms. They still have contact, and there is going to be a real effort there that Guy Bidgager is going to be calling, sitting opposite Hector Scott Plummer at stroke. They are, of course, part of a program that Sam Townsend is the director of rowing, and they have produced such quality crews now, year after year after year, but they haven't got themselves ahead in a final yet. So can this crew do something different? Can William Theed, Monty Sutherland, Zach Jenkins, Dylan Hughes, Gas Casper de Wenger, Ben Hunter, Jonathan Klur, Hector Scott Plummer, Cox by Guy Begija. Can they find something now to challenge this storming Shiplake crew?
They've got to find something, and they've got to find it in the next couple of strokes for them, because Shiplake College are charging on, and awaiting them at the finish line is history for them. They've never won this event before. Shiplake College have never been victorious in the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup. They were in the final last year, losing out to St Paul's, but here they are coming into the last few hundred metres or so of this race. They've got a couple of minutes left until their names are written on this trophy, but they've got to hold off a charging Radley College crew.
Radley are charging. They have to charge. This is the moment. There is time if they've got a phenomenal sprint left, but that is asking a hell of a lot given what they put in already. And they are facing a crew there that has so much belief in that Shiplake College, that it is theirs for the taking, that they have led from the start of this race, that it is about their belief in their programme, in themselves, that it is the right time, that this is what Dave Curry has been building towards, as Radley go again to try and find something else.
Kath, that was a big yank on the rudder from Radley College at just the wrong point in the race, and it just allows Shiplake College to absorb that challenge that have come from Radley, and they're just a few strokes now away from history.
It is Shiplake College. They're chasing history. They were national champions, but the one they want is the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup. They come past us. The crowds are cheering them on, really chanting and cheering, and it is Shiplake College who make history, winning this event for the first time ever, beating an incredibly impressive, valiant Radley College crew, but it is Shiplake College's day today.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
So much history being made today. Look what that means to them. Even though they're exhausted, they put everything in. This has been managed. This is years in the making to get to a point where you have this combination of incredible talent and determination. And they will be claiming the red boxes today with those beautiful Henley medals. And you can see Ben Logie absolutely delighted.